Hey guys, 5-star here with Operation Varsity. It is turn number 16 and the United States turn is now next. So we start with some tech rolls. Let me start with heavy armor. I need an 8 or higher and I got a +1 modifier from my previous turn, and wow, that was close. 7 + 1 is 8. So I get heavy armor. Next one will be improved constructions. Improved factories. I also have a +1 there, and that's a 1, so I don't get it. Next turn I have a +2. Next tech roll will be for anti-submarine warfare. 7 or higher. 6, no success, so +1 next turn. And the last one will be radar. 7 or higher, and I got an 11. Great. So radar goes up to stage 2. I can finish heavy armor at stage 4, which is great. I can immediately start buying something. Okay, I will buy, a heavy armor now. That's great. Not only that, I have $73 to spend. Because I got 77 last turn and the Germans rated me for 4 IPP, so I end up with 73. So I have here 2, 4, 6 destroyers for 36, plus a jet fighter is 48, plus 2 marines is 56, plus 2 militia upgrades is 60. Plus a heavy armor is 67, plus 3 for a Lend-Leased elite airborne unit for ANZAC 70, and I will buy a submarine base for, I think it's 2 because I have reduced costs here for facilities. So I save 1 IPP. Alright, combat moves. We have a single combat move in the Pacific. I'm a bit scared by all these boats here. So I will use this destroyer here in sea zone 61 and will move 1 and 2. It will move 1 to 63, 2 to 64, and 3 to 53. Attack the destroyer from Japan there. And I will also bring a jet fighter from that carrier with me. So from 64 it flies to 53. And together with 2 TAC bombers and the fighter there too. Okay, and well, that's the attack here in the Pacific. No other. But I will have more attacks here. I will attack Eastern Yugoslavia, sorry for the pronunciation. Or let's say we start with Eastern Yugoslavia. So I will bring one of the Marines from Albania to Eastern Yugoslavia. It's just a walk-in, so that's +1. And I'm using the second Marine. We'll load it on the transport here in sea zone 6. I have 3 transports there, so all these units. Wait a second, I hope you can see it. I have 3 transports here, so 1 Marine will go on board here, and the other Marine I will pick up from southern Italy, and those 2 Marines will be dropped off in sea zone M5 to Eastern Yugoslavia. I will have shore bombardment with 2 heavy cruisers. I will bring the strategic bomber from Albania with me for carpet bombing. I will also bring the heavy strategic bomber from London. Has a range of 8 because of the airport and the airbase and improved long range. So I fly 1 to A22, 2 to Picardy, 3 to Alsace-Lorraine, 4 to Switzerland, 5 to Austria, 6 attacking Eastern Yugoslavia with carpet bombing and land, and later in Albania. Then I will attack the factory in northern Italy with my strategic rocket here. So it will die immediately, but it will do some damage. It's a 1d6, and as Italy has no radar, it cannot defend against that. And then, of course, yeah, the submarines here. I have a seaplane on the seaplane base here in the Carolines. I will fly 1 to A30, 2 to A37 free to the sea zone here in the Gulf of Mexico. So that's, I have enough map range here because of long range. So 1, 2, 3, and I get a shot at the submarine there and hope I can hit. And I think that's about it for combat moves. Yes, pretty boring if we see this heavy or this big fleet here. But yeah, let's see. Let's start with the strategic rocket. It's the quickest one. Just doing 1d6 damage. And I hope I get a good number. That's great. 4 damage. And I think he has reduced damage because of, what is it, improved? I don't know, I thought he had something which will reduce the damage. So, but now it's 4 MPP damage. But I'm sure that the veteran will fix it on his turn. Okay, next up the battle of the seaplane against the German sub. Seaplane hits at a 3 or less. And I do hope I can get it this turn. It's a 7, so I fail. Okay, here we go. Next up, the Battle of Eastern Yugoslavia. I will bring units to the battle board here. Sorry, Marines at a 2. Oh no, actually at a 1 because of the mountain territory. We have the heavy strategic bomber. 5 dice. And we have a strategic bomber, and that provides us a couple of defense rolls. Italy is defending with 2 fighters, 2 fighters and an infantry. But I will start to roll for and I accidentally pressed the button here on my phone. So we were just about to start the Battle of Eastern Yugoslavia. So maybe it was a silly idea because before planning I was thinking, hey, this is a strategic bombing, so there's maybe intercepting values for fighter will apply, but it's not. So I was wrong on that, but let's see. Might be a disastrous battle for me nevertheless. Okay, 2 heavy cruisers, little shore bombardment. And I need to score a hit. I need a, what is it? I think a 2. Yeah, 2 or less. Let's see if we can get a hit. Nope, we don't. So next up will be the strategic bombers. First one, the regular strategic bomber with, what is it? 3 dice at a 2. 1 hit, that's great. And the heavy strategic bomber with 5 dice at a 2. It's actually pretty pointless because I don't think that they can hit the fighters. They can only hit the land units. So the land unit is killed by the bombers. But now he can defend. So I think the defending unit now is a fighter, an infantry with a 4. He misses with a 12 and 2 fighters hitting at a 6 or less. No hit. And I just realized I forgot to roll for the Marines in the first round of attack. Sorry, I missed that. So the defending units did not score a hit. And the Marines also not scoring a hit here. Now the infantry is gone, only the fighters are left, and I'm left with 2 Marines attacking at a 1 against 2 fighters, and I cannot retreat, so that will be a brutal battle for me. no hit for the fighters in the second turn. So third round of attack, my Marines. No, fighters. And finally they hit one, scored one hit. So I'm left with one Marine, not scoring a hit. And my two fighters. Come on, guys. Another hit. Let's speed it up a little bit. It's unbelievable. No hit from both sides. Come on, can you please score a Marine here? No, still nothing. And here we got the second hit. So both my Marines got lost here, so I don't get Eastern Yugoslavia, but with high costs actually. So I lost two Marines. He just loses a one infantry. Was a bad idea. So better read the rules completely before doing attacks. At least I was not losing my fighters. Oh, sorry, my bombers here. So they can land in Albania. Just put them back on the task marker here. All right. And the two fighters from Italy will land in northern Italy. So Eastern Yugoslavia still belongs to Italy. No change here. And I think this is it for combat moves. So we just had these moves, combat moves here with on the Balkan area. But we need to place a roundel here on Eastern Yugoslavia. That's just one way income for the United States. And let me check the situation right here. So US goes up from 62 to 63. Italy goes down to 9. Hope these values are correct here. And I think this is it for combat moves. Oh no, I haven't done the combat move here in the Pacific. That should be a little bit easier. So let's just roll for 2 attacks, a jet fighter, regular fighter and a destroyer, and Japan is defending with a destroyer here. Let me start with my the regular fighter at a, oh sorry, let's start with the destroyer at a 4. No hit. The jet fighter, oh sorry, wanted to say the fighter, but doesn't matter, I got a 6. The tacticals scored 2 hits as well, so I don't, yeah, not necessary to roll, but we will roll for the destroyer, for the Japanese destroyer. He's not scoring a hit, so I'm not losing anything here, no casualties for US. So that's gone. And now for non-combat move, we start here. These ships, so we're talking about 5 destroyers and a light cruiser at San Francisco will move 1 to 30, 2 to 29, 3 to 37, as well as the light cruiser, so both will be here. And now we will move all these subs here, in total 9 subs, which are currently in 38. So these 9 subs will move to Wake Island, joining the coastal subs there. There we go. Lots of ships here in the Pacific. Just a second. There we go. Now we have more ships here in P66, so they move back or up. 1 to Gilbert Islands, 2 to 38, and 3 to 37. So we're talking about 4 battleships here, moving up north. 3 destroyers, together with light armor, and 1 marine, and what do we have? 1, 2, 3 infantry from Samoa. Yeah, these ships here, one destroyer will move from sea zone 64 to, what is it, 54, 46 and 45, will act as a blocker here, and all other ships in this sea zone in 64 will also move up to sea zone 37. So all my ships from the United States, except the subs here and one destroyer, will be here in 37. I think I need a task marker here. So we're talking about, in total, 3 heavy battleships. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 more light cruisers, so 5 in total. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 destroyers. And 1 heavy cruiser and 3 fleet carriers. And of course the aircraft here in sea zone 53 will also fly up to sea zone 37, landing on the carriers. Yeah, need a task marker. You can see it's a big fleet up here, and the tactical will land here. This one too, and the fighter. All right. So now it's pretty empty here, down here in Australia, but we have now the fleet together in one sea zone, which is nice, and the subs are here. And 1 destroyer as blocker unit. What more? We have non-combat moves here as well. We have, let me check, we have actually we just keep it. There's a militia here and an infantry. That's okay. And what else do we have? Of course, the seaplane moves back 1 to land in Puerto Rico. Unfortunately, the German subs are still there. Yeah. Oh, one thing I forgot: the coastal subs here move 1 down to A35. The jet fighter from southern England will fly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and land in Sardinia. Oh, sorry, it's around here. And yeah, already mentioned the strat bombers, the heavy and the regular one in Albania. So I think we can start place units. Let's start with the facility. There's a submarine base which goes to Wake Island. So my subs here now have a better range. What more? 2, 4, 6 destroyers. They all go to San Francisco. All right, we can remove this. Then we will lend lease 1 airborne unit to Sydney. There's no interdiction here between San Francisco and Sydney. And what more? We have 2 militia upgrades. These are both in Europe. So we have an upgrade here in southern Italy. And we have an upgrade here in Albania as well. So now we have regular infantries there. Jet fighter will be placed as always in London, as we still have the possibility to do that. The Marines, 2 Marines go to Albania, the 2 factories. So now we have 2 Marines and infantry and these 2 strategic bombers, and the heavy armor will go to southern Italy, will be placed here. The strategic rocket is gone, did the job, and that's about it. All right, I think that's it. No more units to place. And let's see, next turn could be interesting, especially the situation here around Italy and the Mediterranean is pretty packed as well as, let's see what the Japanese leader, the emperor, will do. He has lots of things to keep in mind. Southeast Asia is now more difficult to defend for him, as well as Chinese knocking on the door, the Russians as well. And this fleet will also hopefully move forward the next turns. Let's see. I'm quite excited to see the following turns. And next up will be the veteran with Germany. Bye bye.